Hi guys, hey, it's Angie with Feisty Butterfly Tarot, and today we are doing a reading for the sign of Sagittarius, and we're just going to see what's going on for the next couple of 10 days in the middle of December 2020. All right, let's take a look. Okay, Sagittarius, you've got the Ten of Wands crossed by the Ten of Swords. Definitely a double ending going on right now where you've been burdened and have a lot of things coming at you, a lot of heaviness perhaps that is about done. This cycle looks like it's ended, it's over, it's crossing you, and it's kind of a hard to accept kind of thing. But something has definitely come to its end. We have in the conscious thoughts, above you is the Four of Pentacles, and below you is the sense of justice in reverse, which feels like injustice or a delay of fairness. The Four of Pentacles, it would indicate that you've been holding on quite tight, and that your current efforts and actions are just holding on and not wanting to let go to whatever this ending is. This could be to do with work, it could be to do with family and friends. It just has been a lot of loss and an ending, and something is very most definitely done. So the Four of Pentacles, you're holding on too tight and not willing to let go and move forward, which this could be actually delaying the karmic lesson that's there for you and the justice that could be there for you. If you look here, you see justice, and she's there and ready to go from the rocky shores across the stream and over on her way. You know, she's got the sword of truth and the scales, but she's just not able to move forward yet because you're holding on too tight to something. So subconsciously, I don't think you're quite ready to be done with whatever it is that this was. In the past, you've had the Page of Pentacles, and this is also in reverse. So maybe a new opportunity that you thought was going to start regarding finances and money and learning and growth, and yet for some reason there was a delay, or it didn't play out like you had hoped. Something didn't happen there. So there's just this little bit of pondering and thinking. There's a lot of contemplation. If you see in her face, you can see there's a lot of contemplation going on. And then you have the Two of Cups also in reverse. So the Two of Cups indicates perfect partnership, pairing, and love, and offering equal exchange type of thing. It could be business or friendship, but in this particular case, it was in reverse. So something happened, and it seems like it caught you off guard, took you by surprise, and it didn't feel very even to you. So we'll see what else we can find out about what's going on. There's still this uneven imbalance here that's going on. So I'll look a little further here. Okay, so you have the Hermit in reverse, the Star in reverse, the Seven of Cups, and the Five of Wands. The Hermit is usually about isolation, solitude, taking time to be alone intentionally. And when it's reversed, it's more like it's loneliness more than being alone. And it's feeling separate, feeling alone, feeling a little bit lost, not able to find your way as clearly as you need to, not able to tune quite into the intuition you want. The Star and healing, this is a good card even if it's in reverse, but it could just be a little bit of a slower thing than what you're hoping for. Now, if you have this signifying the conscious and unconscious thoughts, and this would be maybe how you're feeling and then how the environment around you really is, it could just be a matter of time, so that when you do actually let go of whatever it is you're holding on to here, then you can shift out of this a little bit and see that light a little more clearly and find your path. But right now, it's almost like you're wanting to be in this dark energy, this darkness, this grief, this sadness that needs to be there for the ending of something. The Star is here, and her lesson is about balancing the physical and the spiritual. And there's a sense of hope and healing that happens when you're in the waters of the Star. So that's a great thing. It's just a matter of how do you get this where you can move forward instead of hopes and fears and this healing that you don't want to. It's almost as if you're healing from this. You feel like you're saying goodbye or you're betraying something when you're really not. It's just this not wanting to let go. Seems like unfinished business. Then you have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is all about choices, about fantasy, as far as hopes and aspirations, and this is coming in the position of hopes and fears. And maybe you were hoping for things to go a little bit better in this particular time. Maybe you were hoping that there would be some physical developments, not just in the relationship sex-wise. No, I mean like physical, like maybe you thought you'd be growing together and blending things and blending either families or business or enterprise, that you would be growing something sturdy together, but it just didn't work out that way. So now you've got all these options and all these choices that are new because this ending over here, but you're not quite sure what you want to do about it. And then you have the Five of Wands with the Two of Cups in reverse. You have all this competing energy, all this battle and arguing, and the outcome isn't settled. There's still a period of time where this is going to be unsettled business, unfinished, still some conflict to come. It feels like for some of you there may have been some real loss. It could be the loss of a loved one. It could be business things. It could be stuff to do with finances. It seems like there's unsettled, unfinished business, and it feels like things feel very unfair for you right now at this particular time. Let's take a look and see if we can clarify a little bit. We're going to get the Gilded Tarot, and we're going to see if we can clarify a little bit more about what's going on with the Justice card. So what's going on subconscious that maybe you don't know, that might be a little bit hidden from you, that you might need more information about. So what we're seeing there is the Four of Swords and the Six of Swords. So a time for retreat, a time for renewal, a time for rest, and then a time for leaving, a time for taking that journey a little bit later. So those are the things that the Justice is about. Whatever this is, whatever has ended, there is a retreat that's necessary, a change, a self-protection type of thing. And then also there needs to be leaving some of this behind, again, holding on too tight and needing to move forward. So that's some of what we're seeing. All right, what can we tell you about the healing, and maybe what could help this, so this solitude or this time where you feel alone, that you can learn the lesson easier so you can heal and move forward. And so this Five of Wands and disruption is a little bit lighter. Let's take a look at these. It might just be a lot of rest is required. If there has been a serious bit to grieve, then maybe rest is required. It looks like you're getting the Ten of Wands again. So this overwhelming burden that you've been carrying, this is a lot to be carrying. You have this here. This is kind of the theme of the read. Something has ended and it's time for you to lay that down. And you're having a hard time letting go of the responsibilities of the things that you need to release. It's like it's almost like you won't even come down from the tree here to dip your toe into the water for healing because you just don't want to yet. You don't want to forget. Yeah. You have the Eight of Swords here where you're stuck mentally. You're still hung up on things. You have the Ten of Swords here where something's over, but you just feel like you can't move forward. And maybe moving forward is on the horizon. Maybe this is something you want to do subconsciously, but you're just not rested enough yet to do it. You have the King of Pentacles here. There's new opportunities for growth and for support for your 3D, your physical aspects of things, the tangibles, the touchables, for those to be growing and prospering and doing well. There is support there that's offered there. That's one of the options that is on your mind and you're thinking about. The Lovers, totally different kind of an angle, totally different aspect and a different path. It would take commitment in a big way. It would take some big time commitment to move forward. Something hasn't panned out. I think you've had a little bit of heartbreak in this whole loss. But there is an offering that is coming forward. So whatever this offer was, or whatever you thought this would be, wasn't really quite it. And then you have the Two of Cups here in the future, the King of Pentacles and the Lovers coming up. This indicates that even though there's some conflict, that in the future there is a partner, could be a friend, could be a lover, but someone who's coming in for this pairing, this role that I almost feel like you don't want to replace whoever it is that you've lost or whoever you've said goodbye to, but you eventually have to move forward. So you're kind of in conflict with your own self. Then you have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords indicates that you're still observing, you're still looking at things, you're looking around. Maybe this Sword of Truth isn't something that you're ready to handle yet. I mean, under here was the Justice, and there was the Sword of Truth, and you just didn't want to step forward. And you see her carrying that. You can see the sword there. And then here in the end, you have the Page of Swords coming at you again. The sword is very big for this stage. It's just a hesitation, it seems. There is opportunity, there's commitment, there's time for growth, there's time for more maturity to develop, but it's like you're almost stuck in a Six of Cups moment. I haven't seen that out, but it's kind of like that's what you're stuck in, this bittersweet nostalgia that makes it a little bit of a tricky thing for you. All right, well, let's take one from the Enchanted Tarot, see if there's anything else that we can tell you to help ease you through this time, besides just straight up resting and starting to look at things and let your head clear. You're going to have to lay these burdens down to let these, if you lay all the burden down and let go of it and release it, then you're going to be very free of this. I mean, you don't have to be responsible for everything all the time. That's not your role. You do need to rest. You do need some kind of retreat, some kind of renewal, and it's okay to do that. You need to take a break. Keeper of Visions. Okay, this is the King of Cups. So you have two kings here, two established energies. One is more material, one is more emotional, more watery and more flowing. And it seems like that figuring out how to use that masculine type of energy that sets order and rules and creates, I don't know if I want to say security, but creates an order, creates stronger boundaries for sure, I would say, and knows how to rule over what's going on. That's what's kind of at odds right now. Let's see what else we see here. The Three of Spells. Okay, this is the Three of Wands. So what we're seeing here, the Three of Wands, you're wanting to send something out, like they're like almost individual ships. So you have these three swords above your head, these thoughts you're thinking, yet still you're not ready to pick up this fourth. You have this King of Cups, these emotions, these things that you know need to be handled and let go, but you don't want to move through them. As soon as you decide that you can move through them, as soon as you decide to release, to let go, as soon as you decide that, you will be able to move forward and you'll be able to expand, allow for growth, be on your way. It's almost like you have to set two of them down. I think you got to let some of that responsibility go, and then you'll be able to move forward. All right, that's what I've got for you, Sagittarius. Like, subscribe, leave us a note. Good to see you. Good to be back. Bye.